Hi, You Can Heal family. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hoping that everything is going well with you today. I was out on a walk and I just got back and I was listening to Lisa Smiles' video that she made for teenagers and young girls and women too. And I'm going to have my daughter listen to it. Lisa's a natural hair care specialist, and you can find her on YouTube. But the message was so good. Now, it's things that I've said to my daughter, but I'm like, Lord, you answer prayers in the most amazing way. So I'm going to have Dolly, my 9-year-old, listen to her video after ballet class today, actually on the ride home. Because sometimes just hearing it from someone other than your mom, about friendships and all kinds of good things in the video, so it's still on my mind. So I just shared that with you as I get ready to read the word. We're in the book of Joshua in the Old Testament, and I just feel really thankful right now for her message. I really do, and I know that God's going to use it to help my daughter deal with the girls at school and stuff. It's been kind of a hard year for her. So God answers prayers in many ways. So I'm so blessed, and just to be able also to sit at the Lord's feet right now and to read the word with you. Now, I apologize for the video the other day. I did not turn the volume down when I added the music. Someone brought that to my attention. So sorry about that. Please forgive me, and I'll be more mindful next time about that. So, anywho, let's get to it. If I didn't introduce myself, I apologize again. I'm Shena, and we're reading through the Old Testament together. Chapter 9, Failures with the Gibeonites. Now all the kings west of the Jordan heard about what had happened. These were the kings of the Hittites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, who lived in the hill country and the western foothills, and along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea as far north as the Lebanon mountains. These kings quickly combined their armies to fight against Joshua and the Israelites. But when the people of Gibeon heard what had happened to Jericho at Ai, they resorted to deception to save themselves. They sent ambassadors to Joshua, loading their donkeys with weathered saddlebags and old patched wineskins. They put on ragged clothes and worn-out patched sandals, and they took along dry, moldy bread for provisions. When they arrived at the camp of Israel at Gilgal, they told Joshua and the men of Israel, "We have come from a distant land to ask you to make a peace treaty with us." The Israelites replied to the Hivites, "How do we know you don't live nearby? For if you do, we cannot make a treaty with you." They replied, "We will be your servants." "But who are you?" Joshua demanded. "Where do you come from?" They answered, "We are from a very distant country. We have heard of the might of the Lord your God and all he did in Egypt. We have also heard what he did to the Amorite kings east of the Jordan River, King Sihon of Heshbon and King Og of Bashan, who lived in Ashtaroth. So our leaders and our people instructed us, prepare for a long journey. Go meet with the people of Israel and declare our people to be their servants and ask for peace." Verse 12. This bread was hot from the ovens when we left, but now, as you can see, it is dry and moldy. These wineskins were new when we filled them, but now they are old and cracked, and our clothing and sandals are worn out from our long, hard trip. Now, I'm thinking the Israelites were in that wilderness 40 years and their sandals didn't wear out. It's God's favor. But that's just what I was thinking. So let's move on. Verse 14. So the Israelite leaders examined their bread, but they did not consult the Lord. Then Joshua went ahead and signed a peace treaty with them. And the leaders of Israel ratified their agreement with a binding oath. 3 days later, the facts came out. These people of Gibeon lived nearby. The Israelites sent out once to investigate and reached their towns in 3 days. The names of these towns were Gibeon, Kephirah, Beeroth, and Kiriath Jearim. But the Israelites did not attack the towns, for the leaders had made a vow to the Lord, the God of Israel. What is this commentary? All right, let me just keep going. The people of Israel grumbled against their leaders because of the treaty. But the leaders replied, "We have sworn an oath in the presence of the Lord, the God of Israel. We cannot touch them. We must let them live, for God would be angry with us if we broke our oath. Let them live, but we will make them chop the wood and carry the water for the entire community." So the Israelites kept their promise to the Gibeonites. But Joshua called together the Gibeonite leaders and said, "Why did you lie to us? Why did you say that you live in a distant land when you live right here among us? May you be cursed. From now on you will chop wood and carry water for the house of my God." They replied, "We did it because we were told that the Lord your God instructed his servant Moses to conquer this entire land and destroy all the people living in it. So we feared our lives because of you. That is why we have done it. Now we are at your mercy. Do whatever you think is right." Joshua did not allow the people of Israel to kill them. But that day he made the Gibeonites the wood choppers and water carriers for the people of Israel and for the altar of the Lord, wherever the Lord would choose to build it. That arrangement continues to this day. Wow. So because they lied, they're now destined to be wood choppers and water carriers. It says, verse 23, "For the house of God, the Gibeonites became servants for providing the wood and water needed in the Israelites' worship rituals." I guess they knew the Israelites were conquering the land. And we do that. I don't know if we do that. Do you make up things, to try to cover your butt? Just do the right thing the first time around, and then you don't have to worry about getting caught in a lie. I'm not calling anybody listening liars, but I'm just saying, let's be on the up and up, okay, you can help family? Because whatever's done in darkness always comes to light. So that concludes chapter 9. Tomorrow we'll be looking at chapter 10, and there's a bunch of maps here with outlining Joshua's victories in all the different cities. So we'll read about this, the victory over the Amorites, and see what this map's all about. Okay, so thank you so much for listening and joining me and hanging out with me as we read through God's Word. I appreciate you, and I'm thankful that you spend time with me today. Always remember, true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love, and He lives on the inside of you. Bye.